Where others saw progress and the bright light of reason guiding humanity forward, Arthur Schopenhauer saw something far darker. He saw a world ruled by an unyielding, blind force. A force that drives every living being into a ceaseless cycle of striving and suffering. This force, which he called the will, is not a benevolent creator or a rational guide. Instead, it is an insatiable, irrational energy that compels us to act, to desire, to fight, and ultimately to suffer. For Schopenhauer, the will is the fundamental essence of the universe, the dark engine behind all of existence. It is not a force that cares for us or our happiness. It knows no mercy, no justice, no peace. Instead, it is a relentless power that pushes us forward in an endless, agonizing struggle. We do not choose our desires, they are imposed upon us by this will. It drives us to crave, to yearn, to hunger for what we do not have, and once we attain it, the satisfaction is fleeting. Another desire quickly takes its place and the cycle begins anew. Life, in Schopenhauer's eyes, is not a grand adventure or a noble journey, but rather a tragic farce. We are marionettes with the will as our puppeteer, pulling the strings that make us dance to its chaotic, unceasing rhythm. Every action we take, every emotion we feel, is a manifestation of this will, a force that knows nothing of our suffering and cares nothing for our pain. Schopenhauer saw suffering as the inevitable consequence of life itself. To exist is to want, and to want is to suffer. The moment we are born, we are thrust into a world where the will drives us to constantly seek satisfaction. Yet true satisfaction is never within our grasp. Even when we achieve what we desire, the fulfillment is temporary, a fleeting moment before the next wave of longing crashes over us. This, Schopenhauer argued, is the paradox of human existence. We are driven by a force that promises happiness but delivers only suffering. But Schopenhauer's dark vision does not end with despair. He offers a way out, albeit a difficult one. He believed that the only way to escape the tyranny of the will is through the denial of desires. By turning away from the endless pursuit of pleasure and embracing asceticism, art, or deep contemplation, one can achieve a state of detachment where the will loses its grip. In this state, a person might experience a form of inner peace, a brief respite from the suffering that defines existence. Art, according to Schopenhauer, is one of the few ways we can momentarily escape the clutches of the will. When we lose ourselves in a piece of music, a painting, or a work of literature, we transcend our individual desires and connect with something greater, something beyond the reach of the will. In these moments, we are not driven by want, we are free, if only for a short time. Schopenhauer was under no illusion that such escapes are permanent. The will is always there, lurking in the background, ready to reassert its dominance, and for most the struggle continues until the end of life. Yet, it is precisely this struggle that defines the human condition. To live is to fight against the will's incessant demands, to endure the pain and suffering it inflicts, and to seek out those fleeting moments of reprieve that give life its brief flashes of meaning. Schopenhauer's philosophy is a stark reminder of the harsh realities of existence. It strips away the comforting illusions of progress, purpose, and happiness, revealing a world that is, at its core, indifferent to our struggles. Yet in this bleakness there is also a strange beauty, a recognition of the strength it takes to live in such a world, to continue striving even when the odds seem insurmountable. In embracing Schopenhauer's dark philosophy, we confront the paradox of existence head-on. We acknowledge the suffering, the futility, the endless striving, but we also recognize the power we have to transcend, even if only for a moment. We learn that life's meaning is not handed to us, but must be carved out of the darkness by our own hands, in the fleeting moments when we rise above the will and touch something greater. Arthur Schopenhauer's vision may be dark, but it is also profoundly human. It speaks to the resilience of the human spirit, the capacity to endure in the face of overwhelming odds, and the courage to seek meaning in a world that offers none. In this way, Schopenhauer challenges us not to flee from the darkness, but to embrace it,